Yo, yo, yo. Thank y'all for joining us in the Logistics Lounge. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. We got a great show lined up for you. We got our good friend Desmond Clark. He is back. Going to talk to him about a whole bunch of amazing things, but specifically going to talk about overcoming obstacles and how they have helped him in his life and all of his career goals. And in the news, we're going to touch on some vehicle brake inspection numbers that happened last week during the safety blitz. So y'all sit back, relax, pop a top, and enjoy the lounge.
Pedro Potato from Laredo. What's going on, brother man?
What's crack-a-lacking, Captain?
Dude, I'm still just tripping out about yesterday, dude. That show with Charles on XM was freaking awesome. And then on top of that, college football is back the weekend before. We got NFL kicking off tonight. So your boy's in heaven right now. My Ducks are back, dude. I got to get some footage of them tomorrow. We got them.
Yeah. No, we were talking about this
Duck Farm. I'm going to do some segments on that. Don't worry.
Yeah. Hunter's Duck Farm, man. I totally freaking forgot about that, dude, until we were talking last night and you and cameraman Joe were talking about. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Hunter's Duck Farm, dude. We need to know what's up.
Dude, I even got a pet squirrel that I'm working on too. He comes on my back porch. I named him King Nut, like King Tut, but King Nut. He's the man. So yeah, we're living the life over here. How's your day been, brother?
Dude, my day, it's been good. It was, bro, I think I told you about this yesterday, about that load that got picked up. And man, let me tell you about this shit show right here, bro. And it's people like this to give other carriers bad names. And I'm not even mad at the driver. Like the driver, he would tell me, said, hey, man, I'm just doing what my bosses are telling me.
At least the driver called, dude. The driver called.
Yeah.
And let y'all know.
I mean, like, yes, he was a cool guy, man, Courtney. I have no qualms with him at all. But, we booked the load. It was supposed to pick up yesterday at noon. Wasn't a hard appointment. That's just what I had said. They showed up a little late. No big deal. Load was going from North Dallas down to San Antonio, couple-hour drive. Appointment was at 9:30. That's all good. Well, they picked the load up. And then we called the driver after we noticed that he had, left with tracking and all that, and asked him, what his ETA was. And he's like, oh, well, I was told I can deliver it tomorrow morning. And so he's like, so I'm going to go drop it in the yard and I'll deliver tomorrow morning. And I'm like, hold the hell on. Like, whoa, like, dude, this is going to HEB. Like, are you serious? You've never delivered to an HEB? I mean, you don't understand that these places have very strict appointments. You can't just show the fuck up whenever you want, And so like I call him and he's like, hey man, I don't have the hours to do it. He's like, if I did, I would gladly take it down there for you. He's like, but they just dispatched me on this after I picked up my other load to go at least pick this up and then deliver tomorrow. That's what his dispatcher and the owner of the company told him. And I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me, dude. So I had to cancel the appointment or whatever because the shipper was closing in 30 minutes. He couldn't go back there. Anyway, this morning I call the guy and I'm like, hey man, where you at? When are you going to get that stuff back to the shipper? It's like they open in 30 minutes. I just need to get another truck in there and get that stuff. He's like, oh, well, I'm 2 hours from San Antonio. Why the hell are you 2 hours away from San Antonio, dude? He's like,
what?
Well, yeah.
How far is it? So I guess that dude lives 2 hours away from the drop.
No. I'm about to tell you. I was like, where are you going? And he's like, well, I'm going to deliver the load. I was like, man, when I talked to you last night, I was like, and I even texted you and you confirmed that I said, just take the load back to the shipper. And he's like, yeah, but my boss told me to go ahead and go down there and deliver the load, that you were resetting the appointment. And I was like, well, I am, but I also told you in that same text that if you want to deliver it, the appointments won't be till tomorrow night. You'll have to sit with it all day. You know what I mean? And so anyway, his boss told him to go do this stuff, man. Just go deliver the load. And again, with the driver, I guess he's being told what to do, but even his dispatcher, fleet manager, owner, whoever they were, like, I mean, how can you not be in this business?
But where's he delivering that load? The Heb?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not one of those that you can just waltz into and be like, hey, can you guys squeeze me in real quick? No.
Man,
it's like going to Walmart and saying, hey, I'm here. Unload me. Yeah,
Exactly.
2 weeks.
Exactly. So, I mean, anyway, long story short, man, I mean, I once I talked to the guy, I said, hey, the point's going to be tonight. Please just take it back. I was like, I'm sorry to say, I don't care what your boss is telling you. I am asking you to please take that back to the shipper. And he's like, okay, man. He's like, I will. He's like, I'll turn around. And he would apologize. I said, dude, I'm not mad at you. You were exactly, that's like you told me. You were doing what the person who pays your bills told you to do. He wasn't an owner operator, he was a company driver. Can't be mad at you, bro. You know what I mean? So, anyway, yeah, you got delivered and I got it picked up, and the new guy is on his way down there, so everything's good. But just what an absolute shit show! Like I said, there's no other way to describe that. I mean, just bonkers. And I don't know where they're getting their information from, because I see what my team tells his dispatcher or whatever. Like, no one told him just go deliver this thing. Like, what are you doing? So, which, I mean, I appreciate the initiative, you know what I mean? But it's like, dude, I told you, hey, if you want to deliver it, let me set the appointment. I didn't know I could get an appointment for tonight. I mean, we all know how grocery places can be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Walmart, sometimes you have to book appointments several weeks in advance. Same thing with HEBs.
Oh, it's just, I mean, it's a huge company. It's not just your, middle-sized mom and pop that's like, hey, do you mind if this dude stays 30 minutes later? Yeah, sure. Because he'll be there anyways, but yeah, that's foolish. But
it all worked out, man. So, I mean, problems got solved and everything. It was just,
that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah. Just an absolute debacle, man. I don't know. It just amazes me how hard it is for some people just to follow simple instruction, you know what I mean? And just make decisions, that just on their own, executive decision. This is what I'm going to do. But either way. All right. Sponsor break, news. Then we get to Mr. Desmond because we only have limited time with him. So, Shoreline Capital. And the fine, lovely folks over at AccuBid Pro. Drivers, you need to know what your cost per mile is. Well, let me be more specific. Owner operators, lease operators, hey, big truck, small truck, little truck, mid truck, huge truck, whatever it is. Got to know how much it costs to make that thing go down the highway, so you know at what point you need to be bidding at so you can be profitable.
Don't be a victim of cheap freight anymore. Take back control. These are turbulent times for the transportation industry, with companies merging or even closing their doors. Whether you're going out on your own or leasing on with a new company, know your operating costs. Look out for you and bid better with AccuBid Pro.
Beep, beep. Who we got here? Mr. Ryan. We miss you too, Ryan. I don't know.
Stop being a stranger, bro.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the only person that has to blame for you not being here is yourself, my friend. No, we miss you too, Ryan. We miss you too, man. We hope everything's going good, man. Hope the fam's good, and stop on by whenever you want. All right, let's go ahead and get some lovely news out of the way real quick. All right, the Arizona Department of Public Safety conducted their own two-day safety detail coined Operation Air Brake on August 27th and 28th. These commercial brake inspections took place at interstate rest areas in northern Arizona, along I-17 in Munns Park and McGuireville, and on I-40 in Parks. And the results from those have been released. Obviously, you heard what the operation was named, so the focus was on the braking systems, looking for missing, damaged, or defective parts, with special emphasis on brake pads and linings, which is also what the focus was on the national effort that they did on this as well around the same time period last week. During the 48-hour operation, 178 inspections were conducted, and inspectors uncovered 521 driver vehicle examination report violations. Additionally, 45 vehicles and 16 drivers were placed out of service, and one carrier received an out-of-service violation. So, 178 inspections, they got a pretty good amount of issues addressed during that. I'm not sure, how much money those things are going to cost those people, probably a lot. But, these are the focus. These are the reason that they do these things, is to catch this stuff. And if you looked at my personal socials earlier, LinkedIn, Facebook, and all that good stuff, I put a post on there about a driver earlier this week that his trailer caught on fire as he was going down a grade because he was holding his brakes too much, and put his brakes. Now, obviously, he didn't have defective stuff, but obviously they were functioning, or he wouldn't have been able to hold him down and stop himself. So the point of this is to prevent people from being in dangerous situations and keeping those dangerous trucks and even carriers off the road. You got to keep up with your maintenance. We don't want anyone on the road that's not keeping up with their vehicles and their equipment, and makes a danger to the rest of the motoring public. So I'd ask Mr. Hound what he has to say, but he is on the phone, presumably with a business call. So we're just going to end it at that. And we're going to sit here for a minute, just watch him talk, think about what he says. Looks like he's talking about whatever. We're going to get Des on the show. We're going to stop playing around. So everyone, please welcome Mr. Desmond Clark. Desmond, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. So that what you just showed, let me move the camera. That, you see that poster back there with my arms out?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was that exact same play. Right.
So I knew that. I knew that.
Run it back one more time just so people can see it.
That was a Monday Night Football win, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Man,
I love Jay Cutler too, man. Just to see that, I was like, hell yeah, have to make it happen.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, man. That was a good game. I remember that game distinctly.
Yes, sir. Well, it's right behind you, man. I'd imagine you would.
Yeah. As soon as you start showing that play, I was like, oh, that's up on the wall right here.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, man, it's good to have you back on, Des. So we've had you on before, and like we said in the back, we have a lot of new people here, and people want to hear your story. So, like we've started asking everybody here in the lounge, who is Desmond Clark, and how did you get to where you are today with Bear Down?
Yeah, man. So I don't know how most people get into logistics, but for me, it was just by sheer luck and accident. I was doing public speaking, which I still do today, motivational speaking, leadership team development, and the pandemic hit in 2020. So all of that dried up. And right when it was coming back, summer of 2021, my good friend Brian Rice reached out to me. He's the owner of Dre Depot, and he had some thoughts of me and him working together because he's seen some things that I was doing in the marketing myself as a speaker. Long story short, we ended up not working together, but that's where I kind of got my feet wet a little bit with logistics. And I felt like logistics was something that I can really be good at because of the nature of logistics. It's processes, systems, and it's all about little details. Because if anybody knows about logistics, which 99.5% of the people in the world don't, there's a lot of little simple details that you got to execute on a very high standard. Everything falls apart. Kind of like you was talking about, Pedro, with the shit show that you had for that driver. And it was just details, right? They didn't follow the details. So I got into it that way. October 27, 2021, I started my company. May 2022, I went into operations. And yeah, man, it's been a good ride since. I almost said it's been a smooth ride, but I'd have been lying through my teeth if I would have said it was a smooth ride.
That's impossible in logistics to have a smooth ride, but it's a fun ride. But
it's a fun ride, yes, absolutely. It's definitely a fun ride.
No doubt.
So I think we are probably batting 80 million, 100 gajillion thousand right now when it comes to people's story on how did you get in logistics? Dude, I have no idea. I don't know. Just woke up one day and here I was moving freight. Just
but here's the thing. Once you get in logistics, it's like a lifetime sentence. You're never getting out. There's no parole.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. You may change roles, but you are forever in this industry, man. That is so very true.
Especially if you own your own company, it's like, man, like you're married for better and for worse.
And so sometimes, man, well, you know, a lot of times for a lot of people, for the past few years, it's been a lot of bad times, man. You know, been a lot of folks struggling and stuff out there dealing with hardship. So, but
that's been Pedro. That's been my life the whole time. I got in right at the top of the mountain, and it just like a roller coaster. So that's all I know. So I'm waiting to the quote unquote good times because I feel like right now things are going pretty good for me. And if this is the hard times, you know, I'm just waiting on the easier times, the good times. They must be really, really good.
Yeah, hey, I'm with you. I got in at the same time, man, you know, kind of right at the peak. And I didn't get in it, you know, why everyone else did for just the money. You know, I mean, I've been in logistics for a while and COVID was here. I just like it. It's what happened, you know, but I'm with you, man. It's like, dude, like, you ride it through this. I can't wait to see what the actual really, really good times look like, man. Because, you know, those that first year when you're in it, man, it's nothing but rough times. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you're struggling, period, man, trying to make those ends meet and keep that business afloat. And but you know, Des, I want to the main reason that I had brought you on the show again, or wanted to bring you on the show again, is you like you said, you do motivational speaking, and a lot of the events you speak at are events in logistics. And one of the ones that you do have speaking engagements is Broker Carrier Summit. And I believe it was the one in Kansas City earlier this year. It may have been Tampa, but during one of the talks you had released a short talking about overcoming obstacles, you know, and that, you know, that's what like a lot of your life has been, you know, and your professional stuff is overcome these obstacles one after another and moving past them to get to the goals that you want to be at. And man, that's what I'm going to talk about today with you, brother. Yes, you know, sir. I mean, you have overcome a lot. I remember your story from the last time that you were on. And so I really just want to dig in more to that because we focused on a lot of things primarily the first time you were on. So, man, let's talk that. You know, I mean, let's start at the beginning.
But before we get into any specific stories, I'd like to share the philosophy of why I think like most people are able to get past this. And what's up, Big Josh? I see you over there. Bear down for life, my man. And you send me something, I got your signature. You can get with the guys and we'll make that happen. But just go to Bear Down Dash Logistics and send me a text message, email, something. I'll get that to you. Got to give a shout out to all my Bear fans. But so I know I might have said this last time I was on. The definition of win is to succeed or gain by struggle, right? But a lot of times people they took those last two words off, by struggle, because no one wants to go through the struggle. Soon as the hard times hit, soon as the struggle comes, that's when most people fold, right? But that's where when you are considered great at something or excellent at something, that's where you earn your stripes. That's where you earn your stripes at. And I'm a firm believer that success demands persevering through adversity. So that's something I've been saying for years now. Success demands persevering through adversity. So we all know that, especially in this business and just in life in general, man, nothing is ever going to always go the right way. You know that trouble is coming at some point. You know that a downturn is coming at some point. You know some kind of unexpected event is coming at some point. So if you know that theoretically, and you know that as just is going to happen, when that point comes, why do we get so freaking down? Why do we like just tank when you knew something was going to come sooner or later? It's never going to be a smooth ride. And I believe if you have that type of mindset of knowing, hey, it's coming, but when it's come, you know, I'm gonna persevere. I'm gonna you know, gain from this struggle and have that type of mindset. And that's what really, for me, gets me through any type of adversity that I've ever had.
All right, show's over, everybody. We appreciate you coming and joining us in the Logistics Lounge. Shortest show ever, Mr. Desmond Clark, everyone. No.
So whatever story we're gonna talk about, that's it. That's how I overcame.
Man, dude, that is you're awesome, man. I could listen to you talk all day. I know you're going to be at the summit this year or coming up in a few months. So I can't wait to actually sit and listen to you speak, man, like, without interruption and the stuff, that you have to say, man. So I'm gonna look forward to that. You're awesome, man. And so, but I want you to tell us, Desmond, about some of your own things, man, and the reason I want kind of obviously folks in you, it's not because you're the guest, but, people see you and they look at this NFL star and they think, man, yeah, this guy had to work a little bit just like other athletes, but, they don't understand that it took a lot of work and overcoming things for you to get to the level you're at, man. You did over a decade in the NFL. That is a freaking rarity, man. It really, really is. So, let's start there, man, with you getting into football. What do those obstacles look like?
Yeah, so I started playing football at the age of 6, right? And I played every year of my life until the age of 34 until the NFL said, hey, we don't want you anymore. And so then I had to go and find something else to do. But what a lot of people don't know about athletes, and especially football players, like I've never been I can't talk for NBA, baseball, this and that. But for it's like it's a job. Like people think, oh, we're just going to kind of practice a little bit and then we go home. No, we got film study. We got to lift weights. We got conditioning. Then we go practice. Then we come back and we look at more film. And then we take the playbook home with us. And it's an all-day thing, right? And to get to that level, and not just in the NFL, to get to that level in the freight industry, to get to that level in business, you have to have a certain type of mindset to get there, because it's not easy, man. It's definitely not easy. I don't care how much athletic ability you have, the physical toll that it takes on you and the mental toll that it takes to persevere through that. Most people just can't do it. It's been so many more people that just from my own small town, Lakeland, Florida, that I grew up in, a lot of athletes that I feel were more athletic, more talented than me, they didn't make it, because I think it starts here mentally before it becomes environmental. And I have a saying, process of greatness. And anybody could take this and apply it to any part of their life or teach it. If you want to be great at something, you got to do 5 things. You got to execute the details in excellence consistently over time. So it's easy to execute sometime, right? We all do this. And just think about the good brokers and the average brokers and the shitty brokers, right? The great ones, they execute the details in excellence, right? But then what separates people is, do we do it consistently? And then can we do it consistently for a long period of time? And when you put those 5 things together, you just look at anybody that you've ever known or any business that you ever known to be great, and that's what they did. But most people can't do it at that high level consistently for a long enough time to ever be put in that category.
I love that. There's a reason there's pros. There's reasons there's semi-pros. And there's a reason that people sit on the couch and say, I can do that better. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. Like, but I love that statement you said. It's, what'd you say? It's got to be mental before it's environmental.
Yeah, everything is
you can't just go out there preaching it before you practice it. Like it's the mastery of it all. Like that's incredible. Like you said, you have one good day and you're like, oh, this is it. And then the next day you have a bad day and it's like, man, obviously I'm doing something wrong. But that consistency of practicing the right steps, man, doing the good thing, like focusing on the right stuff. That's what it takes.
Not cutting no freaking corners, because
he's trying to get the easy way there.
I don't need to do that part of the SOP. If I don't make that check call right now, it'll be all right. And the third, fourth time you don't make that check call, that's the time when something done went awry, and now you didn't notify your customer that something went awry because you don't even know yourself because you didn't do the check call, because the 200 times before that, it was just a formality, but this time it wasn't. And you needed to do the check call to make sure that everything is okay. Just who cares if everything is okay 99% of the time? It's that 1% that's going to kill you.
Yep. That mentality of, oh, no news is good news. Man, pick up that phone that one time.
Yeah.
If you got that gut feeling, there's probably a reason you got that gut feeling. And even if it's just like, yeah, man, I'm sitting here at the receiver, everything's good to go. Then it's
right.
But like you said, man, that 1% where it's like, yeah, my truck broke down 200 miles ago. I didn't have any cell phone service, and I'm not going to make that drop. Well, then you're in a world of trouble, man.
Right.
Right. Like Pedro might know a little bit about that.
No, man. Nothing.
I've been in that position, man. Like cutting corners.
You never had nothing like that. All yours has been 100%.
It is
on time, on the money.
Yeah, man, every time, right away, man. Hey, they telling you, man. If I don't know what my name of my brokerage would be if it was actually mine. I don't know. It would be on time, every time, all the time, never late, never. Nah, I don't know, but that's it, man. I'm 110%.
On time ish freight. On time ish freight.
Yeah, on time ish, dude. That's a good. It might make it logistics.
Now, so here's a good one right here, man. So in my hometown, they got this car dealership, and it's called OK Cars. And every time I ride past there, I was like, "Who the hell would go buy a car from a place called OK Cars?"
we have one of those.
Car, man, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of okay. Like what? OK Cars. Y'all have one of those? Y'all have one of those?
We did, man. We did. And here's the better part about it is the same guy also rented those cars out. So it was the OK Cars and then economy car rental. Dude, they were like the biggest jalopies ever. Like, I'm like, I wouldn't even rent that stuff, man. Like, that's like, I'm not trying to take you to a bad place, but they were like crackhead rentals. You know what I mean? Like,
our OK Cars, it's been there for like 10 years now. So they're doing something right because they're still there, and they're right there.
Hey, under promise, over deliver. That's what they do right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of okay. Yeah,
kind of okay.
I love that.
Hey, man. So Desmond, want to ask. I don't think I ever asked you this, man, on the last show, and I'm sure you maybe have said it, but was your goal when you were playing football, man? Like, was it always to go pro, or like what point did you make that decision?
So my goal when I was playing football in high school, just to take you back, I know you said let's go all the way back to the beginning. So my upbringing, being in a single parent household because my father was addicted to drugs most of my childhood. I decided after watching and looking at most of just about everybody in my family, I decided that, hey, I want to do something with myself, right? And I told my mom I wanted to be successful. Those were my words. I wanted to be successful. And to me, the definition of success and my route to success was graduating high school, going to college, getting a good job. So when I was playing football and I got to high school, that was my opportunity to gain a scholarship because I seen that, hey, if you're good at football, you can go to college. And that was the only way I was going to go to college in my own mind because who was going to pay for it, right? I didn't even know anything about grants or anything like that. But I knew I could get a scholarship. So that made me like really, really competitive. And it made me pay attention to everything else that was going on in football and basketball because I could have went for basketball also. But so the first goal was to get a scholarship to go to college. That happened, right? And so now I'm at Wake Forest, and now I'm just all right. I just want to be a good college football player. I had 24 catches my freshman year. My sophomore year, I'm starting. Had 61. I was second team All ACC. And then my third year, my junior year, which I'm still not thinking about the NFL, I led the ACC in catches with 72. And that's when it was like, hold on, man. Like, I'm putting up numbers here. So I petitioned the NFL after my junior year to see what my draft status would be like if I was to declare for the draft my junior year. And it came back and said I would be at high as a 5th round draft pick. and Lois a NFL free agent, rookie free agent. And it was at that point then, going into the offseason from my junior year to my senior year, where I really started thinking about playing in the NFL. But before that, it was just I just want to be good enough to get a scholarship. And then after I got a scholarship, it was like I just want to be a good football player. I just want to be one of the best football players on the team. It went from being, all right, I want to be a good football player to now I want to be a starter. Now that I'm a starter, I want to be one of the best in the ACC. Then I became the best in the ACC. And then it was like, okay, can I go to the NFL? So that was kind of the progression of my thought process. But it was never really, man, I'm trying to get to the NFL.
Yeah, but also like kudos, dude. Wake Forest is a prestigious school for anybody that does not know. Like, so that's another level of it too, man.
Yeah, man.
In that classroom too.
I got some brain indentures in here somewhere from going to Wake Forest, man. Yeah, we had to study there.
Hey, you know, I don't know what other people's takeaway so far from this, man, is, but you know, Desmond, what I keep hearing from you, man, as you speak is just honestly is your work ethic and your determination to just do things the right way and doing the best that you can. And
Right.
that like I love that, man. You know, I mean, you have goals and stuff, but you know, I think I don't know who said it, Desmond. Maybe you could tell me, but there's a saying out there that, you know, one's greatest competitor is oneself. You know what I mean? Like that's the person that you should be competing for. Was it you, Desmond? Was it you that said it? Holy shit!
It was me.
I'm not sitting.
Bring it up to you in my book right here.
Was it? Look at that, man. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm glad somewhere along the line, I said something that sunk in, but it's in this chapter right here where it says being self-motivated.
Yeah.
And what I mean by being self-motivated is you bringing your best self to the table. You're not like most of us are other people motivated, right? We look at somebody else and we set our bar based off of something outside of us, right? But like you said, for me, especially once I got out of high school into college, it started being about, oh, okay, how good can I be, right? And maybe I can't be as good as this guy, and maybe I'm better than this guy, but none of that really matters because if I come and I do what I'm supposed to do and I bring 100% to the table every day, I'm going to give myself the best chance of winning because all I can do is bring 100% of me. And if we do that every day, just as people, man, and stop trying to compete with this person, that company, you know, that agent, this carrier rep, Mr. Jones down the street because he got a bigger car, or you think you better because your car is more decent than Mr. Thomas. None of that really matters, man. What are you getting out of yourself? You could be doing better than somebody, but only doing 70% of what you can do.
Dude, that's
right?
What's up. Hell yeah. I know we have limited time, man, because I know you got some family stuff to do. We got about 10 minutes left. So I want to finalize this and wrap it into your current situation where you are in logistics, man. And, you know, I want to talk about what obstacles you had to overcome from being a professional athlete to, I mean, you know, being the owner of a logistics agency and being in logistics and brokerage, you know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously you had said you had never thought about it and was something you knew about. So, you know, what was that transition like? What were some of the things you had to deal with and learn and overcome to be successful with Bear Down?
Yeah, it's so just knowing that you gotta play the game at full speed, right? You can't be scared of going out, and because I came into this game not knowing crap, right? So me just going out and playing the game, first of all, you got to understand the rules of the game or you're going to get yourself hurt right away. And the only way that you can understand the rules of the game is get good people to coach you. So that was the first thing. I got somebody who had been in the game for a while to coach me up. But now it's just the mentality, right? It's the mentality that you're competing, but who are you competing against when it comes to this? You're competing against yourself again. And so just having that mentality of just going hard every day, and it's a routine. Like every day, I want to say every day is the same, but in logistics, every day is not the same. But I come into it with the same mindset. I get started the same time every day. My team hears like a lot of the same stuff from me repeated all the time. It's the message, right? And so just understanding that if you build a really good routine, if you have a good workout routine and you train yourself the right way to do all the processes and know all of your plays, then you just get to go out and execute. So that's always been my mindset, is just, man, what's the process? What's the playbook? Go out and execute the playbook. But sometimes you could execute all you want to, and somebody come and knock the hell out of you, right? Somebody come take your head off when you're going across the middle. That just happened to me Sunday. I get an email from one of my former customers now saying, hey, we're going out of business and we don't plan on paying any of our bills that we owe to any of our vendors, right? And I was like, well, damn, what do you do about that? And almost ruined my Labor Day. But when I got up and I caught myself thinking about it, I just say, you know what? This is just another one of those things, right? It's a setback. It's adversity. And if I want to be successful, it's going to demand that I persevere through this adversity. And the lesson that I learned was this, and I already knew the lesson, I just didn't execute it quick enough, is that they were one of my 2 remaining customers that were left that didn't have credit from my factoring company. So I was kind of left unexposed. Left exposed. And I was already winding all of those down, but they beat me to the punch. So, it's just one of those things that now I tighten up my process. And I had to take those chances early because we're just trying to get freight, right? But now that we're 2.5 years into it, I was like, all right, we don't need to be taking those risks anymore. So we had actually stopped taking freight from them 2 weeks ago. And then that happened. So it's just one of those things, man. It's a costly lesson, but it's something that, is adversity. And instead of looking at it like, woe is me, and being pissed off at them for going out of business, like, I don't know why they went out of business. People go out of business every day. I should have had my ass protected. So it's more on me than it is on them.
That's a hard lesson to learn, man. I learned a seminal lesson earlier this year with a customer, man. Like, they came, it was actually a referral, and that's kind of the thing that made it even worse, man. Is it's because, like, I still do business with the person that referred me to him, but got that customer and we got him set up and they just banged out loads, boom, one right after the other. And, we did, I think it was like 15 grand in freight bills with them in a very short amount of time. And they paid a little bit, and then it was nothing. It was crickets. It was ghosts, dude. And, it's like, come on, man, are you serious? Like, man. And it's like, it's so crazy because, like, you look back at it, Des, it's obviously you'd already were talking about moving away from those people, but I look back at it and it's like, man, there were red flags that, like, if this wouldn't have been a referral, I would have caught this shit, because it's like, this guy, they do a lot of freight, but it's like, dude, and you pay good. So, like, why do you even need a new broker? You know what I mean? Like, I know you're friends with my friend, but
so they just ghosted you guys. They didn't go out of business.
100% ghosted us.
That's even worse.
Nothing. Blocked everything from us, man.
That's just bad. That's just been a bad person.
Yeah. So like I said, similar situation, but different. But so those are hard lessons to learn, dude.
That would have been harder for me to deal with. So I got a friend of mine that works on the government side of my business. Oh, and that's the other thing that's happened since we last talked. Got 4 government contracts now. Nice. So he works on the government side of my business. He was like, so where's this company at? I was like, it's in Dalton, Georgia. He was like, I got people in Dalton. I was like, no, man. I was like, no. We can't.
Said, we gonna go in there. We gonna go in there like the old school credit squad and start reporting.
Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it.
He's like, "Yo, I got people near Dalton." I was like, "No. We can't do that, man."
Desmond gonna get a call like, "Hey man, you remember that money they owed you?" Be like, "Yeah." I'd be like, "Man, you the new owner of 5 forklifts, some random machine, and a 2012 Buick that needs a transmission."
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. That's why you don't screw people over, because you never know how people are gonna react and how people will react on your behalf sometimes.
Hey, we have our good friend John. He wanted to ask you this, Desmond.
Michael Bush. No, I did not play with Michael Bush. I didn't know he owned a trucking company. So no, I didn't play with him. He came a year or two after me.
Cool. There you go, John. You got your freaking answer.
There you go.
Dude, so, man, I know you got to run here in a minute. So I want you to use the last few minutes that you have, man. And I want you to, say whatever you want to say about yourself and do some good plugs, man. Also make sure that you plug your book and, your personal business, whatever you want to do, brother.
Yeah. So earlier you said I speak a lot for logistics companies and logistics associations, but actually I speak more in the corporate world. So if anybody's looking for a corporate speaker that's, hey, talking about motivation, inspiration, or team and leadership development, I'm your guy. I mean, there's nobody out there better than me. And I know, Pedro, you was talking earlier saying that I think I'm the best, this and that and the other, but let people know.
I was just giving you a hard time, Desmond.
This is one time when I will let people that I'm the best at what I do, especially as a speaker. Man, I'm really, I just feel a connection, man. Like I'll end it with this. I'll give people a little insight to who I am as a person, man. I feel like as a human race, we're all one. And I feel like we put up so many different boundaries around ourselves that keep us from connecting. And like me coming on here, right? Whatever I can do for you guys to help promote you, I'm willing to do that. And I'm sure whatever you guys can do to help promote me, you're willing to do that, right? And if we can all move in that type of unity of one and take down all of these things that separate all of us, like, oh man, he's black, like Pedro got he's a redhead, so he ain't like me, they not like us. If we could eliminate all of that stuff, man, and really connect on where we are similar, because at the end of the day, all of us want to be successful. Now, success looks different for each individual person, but in general, we all want to live a good life. We all want to feed our families. We all want to see our kids do well. We all want to have a meaningful work, and we all just want to be happy and live. And if we can look at that first and foremost and get past all this bullshit that we always talking about as a society, man, it can be. Is no telling what we can do. And I'm gonna end with this one. The tower. Y'all probably don't get too many people come and talking about the Bible, but I'm talking about the story of the Tower of Babel. Of Babel. They built this tower, right? They was building this tower, and God said, "Look at them. They have one language, and they have one mission. And so that they have this one language and this one mission, there is nothing that can stop them." And I always think about that. And I tell my team, if we have one language, one mission, one agenda, and we work on this thing like that, there's nothing that can stop us. Hell, God said that in the Bible. So let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that. And let's just be fucking unstoppable. I probably shouldn't have said fucking after I just said the Bible, all the stuff about the Bible, but hey, that's what it is.
That's all right. We're all safe, man.
Yeah. So that's how I end it.
Man,
dude, you get me fucking fired up, Des. I'm telling you, man. The passion, the perseverance, the commitment, dude, across the board, just goes to show. Yeah, you're a professional football player, but you're a professional man at life. You got the vision, you got the word.
That's what we should be doing for each other, though, right?
Exactly.
You know
and dude, we're seeing this left and right, man. Everybody's fucking pointing a gun at each other. It's dude, number one, you got to realize that logistics is a $3-point-something billion industry.
No, so, true. You put a T on that.
Trillion.
Yeah, put a T on that.
Okay. Yeah, even more. And
Yeah.
everybody thinks like, oh, I got to keep this away. And like, oh, this guy's going after the same type of commodity I am. Dude, you don't understand. Like, if we're all working together, like, there's a reason that there's a different level of people. Like you were talking about before, there's the semi-average brokers, there's just the ones that coast, and there's the ones that excel. And the ones that excel in anybody in this industry, and it's relative with anything in life, the people that excel work side by side. Those are the people that you see hanging out with each other at their mansions, on their boats, like it's always been my mantra, man. It's better than having a jet ski, having a bunch of your homies with jet skis, dude. Because, if we all build each other together, and like you said, working on the same dream, the same vision, talking the same talk, walking the same talk, or walking the same walk, like you're unstoppable. So
Desmond goddamn Hunter's so fucking hyped up.
Yeah,
he can't even
speak. That speaks my language. Like
it ain't no competition here. It's all collaboration.
I know, man.
It's all collaboration. No competition. All collaboration.
I don't know what else I could really add to what you said, except for very well articulated, very well put, man. I agree at that on every level. I mean, if we just start focusing on people as people, man, and helping our brothers and sisters next to us, even if it's not logistics, man, help your neighbor. Seriously. You see your neighbor out there, trying to work on something or got a problem, man, help them out. That's what life should be about. It's successes come in many forms. And I think a lot of people focus a lot on the monetary and the status of success, which is a good thing. But, Hunter said it just now kind of about you, Desmond, being a professional man. You could be a success as just a human being too. You know what I mean? And that's the first, that's probably the foundation that you need to be what is really truly considered a success in life, is to be a successful person and take that into the other places of your life. Man, I know you got to go. Go ahead.
Lastly, for our company, our vision is top 1%. I'll tell our people all the time, if we become top 1% people and maintain that, we'll be a top 1% company. Somebody asked how you can get the book. Go to Principles of Winning. 5 Keys to Create a Standard of Excellence. Desmond Clark on Amazon. You can get it there. And boom, man. I got to go and pick my son up from the YMCA, and it's time for Little League football. I got to go out here and get these kids.
Bro. Yeah. Hey, have a good one, Des. We can't wait to finally meet you in person in October, man.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to that, brother. You have a good one. Hey, you said it. If there's anything we can do for you, please let us know. We'll be happy to help. I don't know what we can, but if you think of something, just let us know, man. We're there for you.
Playing the long game. It'll come out sooner or later.
That's it. That's it. Later, Desmond.
All right, man.
Bye, brother. He don't already said it. He's like, I'm thinking on it already. I'm thinking what I can get out of you two.
Play the long game. That might be the next book.
Dude, what a good title for a book. I should text him that. But hey, man, here's an idea for a title for your next book. Playing the long game, courtesy of Middle Management.
That guy gets me fired up every time, dude. I remember last time it was the same thing, but dude, what a fucking man! What a story. Good shit. Like
he's a good guy, man. I like who is it? Bill Robinson hooked us up with him.
He did.
Dude, yeah.
Shout out, Bill.
Yeah.
Wherever you're at, probably taking a nap.
Oh, man. That's right. I talked to Bill earlier today, dude. He's doing good. So, man, that's cool, man, to have him back on after all of this time, man, and just do some catching up with him and stuff. He's a good guy. I like him a lot, dude, and obviously read some of his book. So, I can't believe I forgot it was him who said that. That is so funny. Like,
dude, I forgot to ask him. I never got my book.
You never got your book?
The mail lost it, dude. They lost it. They left the letter in my mailbox, and they said, "Oh, your mailbox is too full." I had no mail. I had just moved here, and so I need to hit him up on that. He might have got it back, but yeah, what a guy. Hey, Josh, if you're still watching, you can come on now. Kidding, but you ready to shut this John down? I know it was kind of a short show, but
it was. But I mean, he had stuff to do, man. So
extra pack though, man. That dude gets straight to the point.
Yeah,
love that.
He does. That's what I said. I mean, after like just his first little few minutes, like, oh fuck, show's over now. You know what I mean? Like, but he does it for a living though. You know, I mean, that's what he does is hype people up, motivate people. He tells his story, you know, all the time. So you know that he's got it down pat. But it's
No doubt.
dude, it's I don't know. It's always good to talk to him and have him on, man, and people to hear him and stuff. He's a fantastic guy. You know what I mean? And I like how humble Desmond is. You know what I'm saying? He really, really is, man. And I mean, just listening to him talk about like his goal, you know, and I asked him, man, did you always want to be in the NFL? And, you know, he's like, I just wanted to go to college, man. And this was the route that I thought could take me there. And he just wanted to be doing good at what he could be doing good at, playing football, being a student. And then, you know, it progressed from there. And I remember when he was on the first show, we had more time with him. And I mean, even when he talked about his NFL career, man, he was, you know, he's really humble and stuff, you know. So he's a freaking stellar guy, man. I can't wait to meet him. Everyone I know that has met him says he's same dang way in person.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's good stuff. You got anything you want to add, man?
I don't think there's much more to add.
I don't either.
Yeah, for if y'all don't know him, go find him. Go watch some of his shit on YouTube, man. Just look up Desmond Clark.
Yeah, he's on all the socials. He's on LinkedIn. I actually don't know if he's on Facebook. LinkedIn, Instagram, X, YouTube.
Well, he shared to Facebook. Yeah, Bear Down Logistics, but
yeah,
he's got some of his motivational speaking on YouTube.
Yeah.
Desmond Clark.
So he's good, dude.
And some football highlights. So if you're into that.
Cool, bro. I'll ask again. Do you have anything additional you want to say before I close this out? Like anything you thought of in the last 45 seconds? All right, cool. Well, I fucking know.
Shoreline.
Okay, Shoreline. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll get to our commercial breaks here, and then we'll talk about what we got lined up for the rest of the week. Woo woo.
Big thank you.
And the fine folks over at AccuBid Pro, go download that app right now. It's in the Apple and the Google store. Help you owner-operators out there figure out your cost per mile so you know what level you are profitable at. Help you bid better and, or what do you say, bid better, bid brighter, be more successful. AccuBid.
Don't be a victim of cheap freight anymore. Take back control. These are turbulent times for the transportation industry, with companies merging or even closing their doors. Whether you're going out on your own or leasing on with a new company, know your operating costs. Look out for you and bid better with AccuBid Pro.
Okie dokie. Artichoke. So tomorrow we have Drew Wilder coming on the show. We're going to do a Freestyle Friday risk roundtable. Drew is a part of the freight fraud fighting stuff, man, and he has a couple little tips, tricks, and things that he wants to put out there to people. And we also are going to have the fine ladies from United Commercial Insurance, Jessica and Natasha. They're going to come. They're going to sit in, and they're going to be on the insurance side. And then we have the man with the plan, Mr. John Cantera from Stop the Scam. Y'all know him as a double broker bounty hunter. He's going to come chill with us as well. And he's going to talk on the carrier side of things. And if anyone, maybe one of the person wants to join, an actual owner operator, John, he obviously deals with the double brokering through insurance stuff. So that's where I have it. But if there's an owner operator who wants to come on and wants to hear some good stuff and have a talk, let us know. We're going to freestyle it up, have some fun, have some drinks. And we will catch all of you lovely individuals tomorrow. Y'all have a fantastic evening. As I always say, chunk them deuces. Mr. Hound, roll that beautiful bean footage.